And we are live. How's it going, brother?
Good, man. How are you?
I think Mike Perry's girlfriend is probably the most useless piece of shit I have ever seen in my life, dude. You know how fucking hard that was to watch?
Yo, he's just so cheap / broke right now. Like, that's the real excuse why he's only got her. Like,
He's in the corner, battered and bloody, and the best you got is, you're doing great, babe. Do you see anything? You see anything? And he's like, you even hear him, he's like, fuck
the
it,
ice
whatever.
pack even. He's
whatever.
like, put it on my head. She's like, had it on his back. He's
Dude,
like, put it
she
on my head.
was clueless.
I'm not surprised, though. Like,
How bad does other buddies' camp feel about themselves after watching them get beat the fuck up by Mike Perry and his girlfriend?
Yo, did you catch the interview after?
No.
Bro.
Oh, Mike Perry going off about taxes.
Yeah, and like, then he's like, I got the best body other than Ngannou. Just like going off,
dude,
man.
just
I'm
going
laughing
off about shit.
That's pretty funny.
He's a character.
I guess he's obviously got some money issues. So
Clearly, if his girlfriend's in the corner and he's complaining on a post-fight press conference about taxes, things aren't going good.
Also, too, like, I heard he broke up with his bitch, or she broke up with him, and then he was with this chick on the same day.
Oh, so his ex-girl
Broke up with him, and then he hooked up with this chick
on the same day.
Yeah. I was like I seen it online, so.
I thought that, to be honest with you, this girl that he's with, I don't even remember her name, I thought that she was like a fighter or had some fighting experience or something.
Nah.
Clearly, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Clearly, that is not the case
And
whatsoever.
like, do you even think he paid her?
Oh, definitely not. Peter and that dick.
Yeah.
Dude, Mike Perry must be laying down some cock for her to come and do that shit.
Her name was Latori Gonzalez.
Yo, she's not even that good looking. I was disappointed. I thought she was going to be like an absolute like 10. Like, you'd think, like, if you're bringing your girl out to corner you, she's got to at least be a smoke show.
I would never bring the girl.
Oh, I know. But if you did, it'd have to be a smoke show.
Like, you think everyone else must be laughing at the guy? No,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but he won, so you can't really talk shit.
Yeah, but I'm still getting laughed at, though.
Yeah, laughed at, but you won. He's walking away with a bag. Dennis,
Well, no,
doesn't
he's
have
not.
to pay coaches, all this
Taxman,
stuff.
IRS, he ain't walking away with no bag, son.
Clearly. What did he say? He said, like, after a fight, he, like, takes home less than, like, half his winnings or something like that. He was going off for a little bit. I kind of tuned out after the first little bit.
Yo, super entertaining, though. So, yeah, shout out to him, I guess. Good.
That's all you can really say.
Good fight. Yeah, whatever.
shout
Like, so what? He's 3-4 in his last 7, and Mickey Gall is 2-3 since 2017.
Mickey Gall got like touted when he was coming in as like the next great wrestler.
He was talking some shit too, or were they
Yeah,
both
he definitely
talking some
was.
shit to
Yeah.
each other, right?
Yup.
And so now it's Till and Perry talking shit to each other.
Like Darren Till?
Yeah, I thought I seen something about that today.
Because I know Till's got a fight with Whitaker coming up. I didn't know that him and Perry were talking shit.
Fucking seen a comment.
Darren Till talks shit with everybody. You ever seen that video of him like?
Shit.
It looks like he's on blow or something. He's like listening to like death metal in his car, screaming. He's screaming to Israel Adesanya. He's like, I'm fucking coming for you. I'm fucking coming. And he's like driving like God knows how fast.
Fuck it.
Just all coked out.
I seen Ben Askren to Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
He's like, punch John Jones for me. And Paulo Costa is like, he's busy looking for cocaine.
Dude, Paulo Costa is actually hilarious.
So, yeah.
He cracks me up.
I like that shit. Whatever. Talk your shit if you can back it up.
Yeah, well, Dan Hooker definitely didn't back his up.
Yo, dude. Dan Hooker, any other man would have got KO'd there. And that second round he put on Poirier that's probably one of the best rounds I've seen since I can remember, man. That's fight of the year candidate right there. That was so disgusting, bro.
Such a good fight. I think he like shout out credit to because he's from the same gym as Adesanya, right? Like he looked so nasty rounds 1 and 2. So before we get to it, how did you score it? Because I had 1-2 to Hooker and then 2-3-4 to Poirier.
2, same.
Okay.
2 and then the last 3 to Poirier.
And I thought it was 10-8, 10-9s all the way across. I thought
there was 1 10-8 there, and the judges scoring. No,
I think there was.
Yeah, I think so too. Wait, here it's 48-47, 48-47, 48-46.
46. Okay, yeah. So then 2 10-8s.
So, and also Hooker coming off that war with Felder, and you put in this fight. Like, are you kidding me, man? This guy's been in 2 of the best fights I've seen this year.
100%. He has been.
Fucking crazy, man.
But in terms of like beatings the guy can take, because to me he took like the biggest beating I've ever seen in that Barboza fight. I have never seen someone get pieced up and lit up and just come forward like a zombie like Dan Hooker.
yo, that guy legit, like, fuck, I can't believe he didn't get KO'd. And then on the flip side, Poirier took some stupid shots, bro.
Dude, some real shots.
You know, at the 30-second mark of the second and right at the end of the second, he had Poirier hurt so bad, bro.
Poirier was saying there's a high knee that he caught him with. Like,
yeah, and
flush.
he was like, he's like, that was really the only time he was hurt, he said. But, man, what a fight, dude. Poirier almost with the armbar and the guillotine a few times.
Dude, there's one thing. He threw up, I think I have it here. He threw up, like, 3 different guillotine attempts. Threw up a couple triangles, then an armbar. Like,
that armbar, fuck.
Dude, I thought he had it.
Yeah, same.
I thought he had it locked. Like,
same. So
Dustin is so nasty from his
and
back.
He's done that guillotine to Khabib too, right?
And Khabib had to do, like, there's a thing where basically, like, if you have a guillotine, you have to jump to the far side and it removes the guillotine. That's why, like, if you're throwing it, you put your leg over top so you can't jump over.
Okay.
And then there's, like, another technique where if that doesn't work, you do what's called the flop. And shout out to Henry Gracie, he broke this down after the Khabib fight. But you, like, if you're in and you're getting guillotine, you basically just fall to one side, and that creates space on your neck that you can work up, keep that space, and then fall again, and then hopefully you can step over.
Really?
And so, like, Khabib had to do that, which meant that, like, he couldn't just hop out of it, which meant that he was in trouble. Dan Hooker, there was one, I think it was the second or the third one, where I thought it was in.
Yeah,
and I thought that was
the
it.
Commentators called it that it's in tight. And then he, boom, poked his head out. It's just, like, crazy, dude.
He's so nasty from his back. It's actually, like, I can't even really think of anyone else apart from, like, jiu-jitsu specialists like Damien Mai who are that gross from their back. Like, he jumped to guard for a guillotine multiple times. Like, nobody does that.
Yeah, it's pretty
Nobody
ballsy.
does that.
But I think in the later rounds, his jiu-jitsu definitely helped him. And
oh, huge.
You know, that's what won him the fight, probably. These guys, I was surprised they both didn't go for the body more. And it was one of those where just from exhaustion, I could see either one of them getting KO'd just from a solid, just, you know, your body just gives out. And I didn't see it. Like, I was just amazed, man. Like,
the first 2 rounds, it was such a crazy pace.
That second round, man.
Holy
fuck me.
shit.
Both their faces after that second round is just like I said, one of the best rounds I've seen in a long time.
But it was one of those typical things where, like, not typical things, but it was exactly kind of what everyone expected, where it's like Dan is going to be great on the outside. He's going to pick his shots, try and keep him out of range. Then as soon as Dustin can close the distance and kind of fight in a phone booth and just do boxing up close, Dustin had him beat, right? So it was constantly Dustin trying to come in, Dan trying to keep him at range. And it was just such a, like, technical battle
I
to
thought
watch.
Poirier would have knocked him out, and fucking the Hangman didn't go anywhere, bro.
No. I thought one of the, like, most gangster things was I think it was at the end of the 4th, Dustin's coach is like, he comes back and Dustin's just like, kind of like, holy fuck. And then he, like, looks at us like, you having fun, buddy? Yeah. Dustin's like, fuck yeah, I'm going to blast. And then wakes him right back up. Hell yeah, Dustin.
So, yeah, no.
I think he's, like, one of the most likable guys in the UFC. I don't know, you can't love Dustin. Like, there was no one I knew who was rooting against Dustin.
He's never lost 2 in a row.
That's so hard to do, dude.
You know, so, and then he said after, maybe I'll fight at the end of the year, maybe I'll fight next year, I don't know. I just want to go home, be with my daughter. It's the longest layoff of my career. I took 9 months off. Couldn't put weight in my legs, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I don't want to push myself to where I hate this. I just want to do it right and give it all the right way. So.
Yeah, and he's young. He's only like 31. Like, Dustin's got a lot left in him, man. A lot left in him.
Dustin Connor.
That was my first thought, was Dustin Tony.
You know,
I don't think Connor takes the Dustin fight. I think Dustin's too dangerous.
So with the Poirier Hooker, they combined for 390 combined significant strikes, most in a single UFC lightweight belt.
Really?
Yeah. And did you watch the Burgos Emmett fight?
The which one?
Burgos Emmett from the Blades UFC.
No, I missed it.
Bro, you gotta watch.
That good?
To watch that, bro.
That good?
It's fight of the year, Canada.
Really?
That good, bro.
Okay, I got
Emmett tore his ACL completely in that fight. It just came out like a few days ago. Like a whole bunch of shit, bro.
Really?
And he won. But like, yo, you want to talk about some bombs, man? They had the fourth most combined significant strikes.
What weight division is that in? And that was last week on the Curtis Blades card.
Yeah, that was a Curtis Blades one.
Okay. I missed that entire card.
Don't worry about the Blades one. Just watch this Emmett and Burgos. It was ridiculous. It was like stand and bang, like this one, like the Gaethje, like along those lines. It was ridiculous. Dude. So, no, we've had some sick ass fights this year, bro.
Do you think that this fight is better than the Joanna Weili Zhang fight?
Yeah,
I think so too.
I do.
I think there was like, because with Joanna and Weili Zhang, it was insane. The only issue was that like
I was screaming during this match when I was watching it.
The only thing with the Joanna fight is that there wasn't really any danger of anyone getting knocked out because they just didn't have the power. Where with this, it was like, holy shit, anyone could go down at any moment.
They're both up there. I think this one though takes it for me.
I think so too. I think it's just also just because it was like just matchup wise, it was so like, okay, one guy's doing this and it's working, one guy's doing this and it's working. It's just this battle back and forth.
And if you think too, even like, no one's gonna miss a Dan Hooker fight ever again. I'll tell you that much. Coming off this Felder and coming off this fight, so
dude's bad, man. Dude,
he's
fucking man. He's so nasty.
Much respect to him for sure.
He knows how to take an ass kicking, that's for sure. One thing I actually like had a really, really big problem with. At first, I thought was hilarious, but then I was like, "Yo, this is like." I think the UFC actually needs to make a change to this.
What's that?
Dan Hooker kicked Dustin in the nuts twice.
Yeah.
Right.
Back to back almost.
Yeah, both times Dustin was like, "No, I'm okay." Herb didn't want Herb to stop it, but on the second one, he gets hit in the nuts, and then Bisping goes, "Ooh, you can't do that," and Bisping is so loud that Dustin goes, "Yeah, listen to Bisping," as if he can hear him the entire time, which makes me think the entire time
they can hear the announcer because we talked about it on the podcast. Yeah. I know I can't remember who the fighter was, but the announcer said a certain move and he totally did it. Maybe it was that ex-football player. Who was that guy? Greg Hardy.
Greg Hardy? Okay.
So,
but
he said he could totally hear the announcer.
It's a problem. Like for me, the biggest thing was during every single time Dustin would throw up something for a submission, Bisping was going, "Armbar, watch the triangle," and so like Hooker is literally just basically getting free coaching for Bisping. Like,
yeah,
that's not okay. Like, obviously he's still getting it from his coaches, but there shouldn't be any outside impact on the fight, like at all.
But it works both ways though, so it's kind of fair that way. Do you know what I mean? It could work for both fighters. So.
See, but why not put them in like, you can get like soundproof shields, and so that the commentators can like scream at the top of their lungs and no one can hear them.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, I think that's.
I don't mind it, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually
kind of really
don't like it.
I like hearing both the corners.
I love hearing corners,
what they got to say,
but I don't think there should be like obviously corners. That's part of fighting. That's like coaches, right?
Yeah.
But like third party like announcers screaming out stuff is not okay. Yeah, in my opinion, like I think that has the potential to really change the outcome of a fight, especially if you're like someone who's not that great at jiu-jitsu, like, and someone who is like, say Joe, who's a black belt, right, is commentating on a jiu-jitsu guy and he's setting up something and Joe's screaming, he's setting up this, and other buddy wouldn't have clued in otherwise, right? Like,
yeah, no, I hear you.
It could ruin some shit, and it pissed me off a little bit. I was like, I don't think that's okay at all.
No, I see where you're coming from. Honestly, to me, it doesn't really bother me, but I definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah, but either way, that was like an absolutely nasty card. That main event was so goddamn good, dude. So good.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to think who else was on that card. Nobody else, right?
Nobody else that was like. Wasn't really any other fights that were worth talking about.
What was the co-main? Fuck, why can't I remember?
It
was the Mike Perry one.
Yeah, it was Mike Perry. It was the co-main.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. It was. The rest of the card was mad, but that main event made up for it. Dana put out something like the other week too, where he's like, as long as the main event's good, the card's gonna be good. And like, same thing with this. I don't even remember the rest of the card, but the main event was good, so the card was good.
They were saying that Dana was in Cabo.
Yeah, he missed out on the whole thing.
Nice one.
You know how many hookers and grams and ounces of coke?
Nothing but dime pieces, bro. Dude. Too, with him.
Who was that one girl that he like had
dime
a lawsuit
pieces
against?
And dime bags, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know
but a lot more than dime bags.
Yeah, no doubt.
Fuck out of here, Dana White buying dime bags. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Not a chance. Imagine going to Cabo with that guy. Like, just hanging around him and his... Because obviously he's hanging around with other billionaires. Just the shit they would get up to.
Oh, yeah.
It would be wild.
Yeah, for sure. Especially down there where you're allowed to get away with a lot more than the States or anywhere else. If you got the connections down there, you could do whatever the fuck you want, man.
I think you still have to sign waivers and stuff. Because there was like a story I heard that it was like... I think it was Mark Wahlberg. Or maybe it was Leonardo DiCaprio where like... If you want... This girl was talking about it where she's like... As we were getting onto the yacht... Or whatever it was, this party... they had to leave their phones in a bag with security up front, and they had to sign a complete what's it called where you're not allowed to talk?
NDA.
NDA. They had to sign NDAs before they got on the boat.
That's how you know you're gonna have a good time. Like if I sign NDA, I'm just like, fuck
yes,
that.
sir.
No problem. Let's
go.
do this. Yeah.
But you better believe Dana White and his boys are putting out NDAs for everyone to sign.
Yeah, for real. Except for that one in Brazil that we found out about.
Yeesh. I thought that's why she was like. Am I completely wrong here? Where like, I thought part of the thing was like she's breaking her NDA or she's breaking something where she said she wouldn't say anything.
I can't remember now.
I don't remember either. But either way, that'd be an awesome party.
Like Dana gives a fuck.
Yeah, no shit. I wanted to update a little bit on the whole Chris D'Elia debacle thing that's going on.
Yeah, well, update us.
So last time we talked about it, we were basically like, we think he did something, this, that, the other. So there's two.
Well, we knew at the time it was just sexual harassment. We didn't know that he physically did anything.
Yes, and there was 3 women that stepped forward, and they were like the 3 basically like big people who released screenshots, emails, and stuff. And so apparently all the emails were kind of taken out of context. There was like critical things left out. So like these changed where it was like, oh, I'm 16, and Lily was like, okay, like I want to make out with you, I want to have sex with you naked, and all this stuff, right? Apparently, every single time D'Elia found out the girl's age, he instantly was like, okay, bye. Like the first girl, she was like, oh, I'm 16. And D'Elia was like, oh, you got to be at least 18. I'll see you later. Bye. And never talked to her. And then apparently when she was 21, she hit him up again saying, hey, I'm 21. I want to bang. He didn't even answer her back. There was another girl where it was something similar where he's like, how old are you? And then she's like 16. Ha 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 ha. No, she said 12, where it was like completely like joking. Right. Yeah. And then he's like, you need to answer this. And she's like 24. And then he killed the conversation after that. So I don't think he's done anything. Now, you still shouldn't be that fucking stupid. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, just
he admits to, being stupid. Let's say, right?
I don't think he should. If he genuinely didn't do anything, I don't think you should apologize. Because if you apologize,
I'm gonna wait a little bit more for all the facts to come up.
If you apologize, if you're being accused of being a pedophile, and you haven't been a pedophile, but you apologize even like for like, oh, I'm sorry about my lifestyle, people are going to assume that you're apologizing for being a pedophile. So now in a lot of people's minds, you've basically solidified like, oh, Chris D'Elia is a pedophile by apologizing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying.
So I don't know if that was a good move on his part. Well,
he's
apologizing making good moves.
Apologizing for something.
No shit.
And he's like, what did he say in that apology too? He's like, something about, I've been reflecting for a while and I'll continue to do so or something. Like,
yo, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? I've been reflecting
and then,
to do something.
You know Mark Norman, right?
I've heard the name. He's a comedian, right?
Yeah, super funny guy.
Yeah.
I've seen some shit where people are accusing of him. They had to pull him off an unconscious chick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude.
Jesus
I'm not saying it's true,
Christ.
but that's what they're saying. And like, it's more than one person saying it.
There's a lot of like.
Comedians are savage,
I was
bro.
about to say, like, it seems like every single comedian is either like a creep or is a weirdo or just like has something off about them. I feel like you kind of have to be like a comedian.
Well, they all say they're like
traumatized.
Yeah, traumatized. I was gonna say
right?
Tortured, but that's not right.
No, they'll have like some sort of trauma in their life.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Like getting skull fucked in a bathroom by your friends.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Shout out Chris Stefano.
So I don't know, man. And did you hear Sam Tripoli's response?
No, I missed it.
Oh, okay, I want you to go listen to it, and then we'll talk about it next week.
Okay, I gotta put that in my notes. What was the other fight? I gotta write that down too. Shane Burgos.
Oh yeah, Josh Emmett, and Shane Burgos.
Josh Emmett.
And that was the Blades fight night.
Burgos. And then what do you want me to listen to here?
Sam Tripoli's response about Chris D'Elia. It's like quite a long rant, but I think it's like a 15-minute video.
Okay.
But just give it a go.
Okay.
Obviously.
You just go off or what?
Yeah, but it was like, it was weird because he's like, okay, I don't know his podcast or anything, don't listen to him ever.
Buddy,
But
you don't even have to apologize. We don't know shit.
no, I'm not
talking
apologizing. But I'm just saying. I'm prefacing what he was saying. I guess he talks about pedophilia on his podcast because he's saying, "You guys know I'm not for pedophilia. I always talk about it," and he's like brings up the Clintons and all these other people. And
he's getting squeezed by the deep state, bro.
And it's just like, I'm listening to it. And I'm like, yo, it's not even about any of those guys. It's about D'Elia. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll have to listen to it and see what he goes off
it's
about.
Super, yeah, dude. It's like, yeah, man, listen to it. It's
I will.
Kind of fucked, I thought, in a way. I know he's like he's his bro, and I don't know. Give it a listen. I think it was kind of fucked though.
It's interesting to see like how many comedians have just dropped Chris altogether.
Okay, but you gotta understand.
Tons of people.
If people have brands to protect.
Oh, if I were them, I would too.
Behind closed doors, is it different? I would hope so.
I don't know.
But publicly, yeah, I think he understands that too. Like, I get it. No one can be associated with me. I'm not trying to fuck up no one's money.
Yeah, that's tough.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, this is my shit that I gotta deal with. But behind the scenes, do I think it's different? Do I think people have reached out? I do.
Yeah.
We said last week that we think he can come back from this.
You said that it'd be interesting to see when everything comes out. As of right now, though, there's zero proof. There's zero evidence that he actually did anything wrong.
Yeah, it's just sexual harassment.
Yeah.
And maybe it's sexual harassment of a minor.
But even then, all of these girls, hit him up saying, I want to fuck. And then he's like, how old are you? And then they're 16. And he's like, okay, no, I'm out. Which I don't even consider that sexual harassment. That's just following through on a lead, dog. Some girl hitting you up saying she wants to bang. And you think she's of age?
Is fake then? Is that
Pardon? No. They were just taken out of context. It was Chris D'Elia saying, hey, let's fuck, or hey, let's do this, after girls hit him up. And then them saying, oh, I'm 16. There's a couple cases where he made the first move, but as soon as he found out the age, he was like, okay, no, I'm out. You can't do this. Which to me is just you're just trying to pick up chicks.
I seen all his talent manager, booking agents, all those guys.
All dropped him.
Oh, yeah.
All dropped him. But apparently...
But again, don't
blame
anybody.
Is, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But shout out Chris D'Elia. Oh, boy.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I got some other stuff here, too.
Yeah, what do you got? Fire away.
I was thinking about this the other day. We gotta try and stay more positive around the thing. We always talk about just people dying.
This is what people. This is the past week, right? Pretty much.
It is.
Not my fault if there's some fucking sickos out there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
This is the world we live in, man. I'm just reporting on it, dude.
It's true, I guess so. Kanye West signed a deal with Gap.
Yeah, 10-year deal.
Okay, what do you think about this?
I love it. He's been wanting to get with the Gap forever, bro. It's been very publicized. He tried to get at him for a long time. Yo, his dream, back in the day, he said his dream was to be head designer of Gap.
Because he used to work at the Gap back in the day.
Yeah. So shout out, he was a token ninja. But shout out Kanye.
I think it's dope.
Gap needs it. They're real talk. What's Gap got? Nothing.
Oh,
they're gonna end up being
when was the last
J.
time?
Crew or one of those kind of.
Oh, buddy, it's worse than J. Crew.
You know what I mean?
You ever walked into the Gap in the last 10 years?
Bro, I don't walk. I don't ever shop at the Gap, son. Dude. Fuck out of here. It's khakis and whatever. That's not me, son.
No, it's not even. It's like kids' clothing. When I think Gap, I think kids' clothing.
But Kanye, so he's worked with APC before. Obviously Nike, Adidas. So with this 10-year deal, they're hoping by the 5th year they're going to produce $1 billion in annual sales.
Dude, their market cap jumped $700 million with the announcement.
Yeah, 12%,
That's
bro.
Wild, bro.
So
I think Kanye West is at this point, and you might have a different opinion, but I think he's too big to fail. I think whatever he touches is gonna do well just because he's so big.
Well, he hired that designer to be the head designer for the Gap. I don't remember her name right now. Super young girl. So I'm super stoked to see what she does under his guidance. But apparently she's up and coming designer. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be great.
But I literally think he could sign or he could get on a contract with what's the shittiest brand you can think of. He could sign on with Joe Fresh at Superstore, and all of a sudden Joe Fresh would be it shit. You know what I mean? No,
yeah, no, I hear you.
I don't think there's anything. I don't think he can do any wrong.
Instant credibility against the company for sure.
But
especially when your line is doing $1.5 billion annual sales in 2019. So once you have that backing behind you, corporations can no longer turn you down because you have the proof. You're like, my shit's doing over $1 billion a year.
I think what's dope too. You're right, 100%. Corporations can't say no when you've got numbers to back you. And I think it's dope because he said forever, like one of his big things is like he doesn't want to be in the same vein as like Louis Vuitton, Dior, Chanel. He's always wanted his stuff to be like accessible.
Well, he worked under Louis Vuitton early on.
But he's publicly said all the time, I don't want my shit to be expensive, but just because of...
Yo, his nickname was Louis Vuitton Don. So...
I'm just going off what the man's saying.
Yeah,
here,
no,
brother.
like if you look at his early shit, all he wore was Louis.
True.
That's all he
But
wore.
I'm talking about with his own personal like clothes that he's made.
Yeah.
And because even all his
so he's selling
stuff,
ripped sweaters for $1,600.
But it's because of resale value. It's because he can't make more. Like all the stuff that
Are you a fan of his clothes?
Pardon? No.
Yeah, I'm personally not either.
All the stuff that where he's been able to do high volume runs, he's continually re-released Yeezys. He's continually re-released.
Oh, the shoes are great. The clothes, I'm just not a fan of.
But apparently, he was saying like in this interview, I think it was with Forbes, was where I read it. That might be wrong, but I think it was Forbes. He was saying that like he wanted to do higher. He wanted to do higher prints, not print runs. I'm thinking of Magic cards. He wanted to do like basically like have more, basically drop exclusivity, right? Like have more shirts available, have more sweaters.
Well, this is going to be
what's
cheap.
the word I'm looking for?
This is going to be a cheaper line for sure.
Yeah, because Gap
right?
like mass produced, right?
Yeah,
he wanted his stuff to be readily available to everybody. And why like Louis Vuitton is so expensive, why Rolexes are so expensive is because they only produce 100, 200 of each model a year,
right?
And so it's super hard to get your hands on one, which drives the price up, right?
Yep.
He's publicly said that he doesn't want his brand and like Yeezy and all of his clothes to be like that. He wants it to be accessible to every single kid, for everyone to feel like they can get and wear his clothes, right? And so getting with the Gap basically makes that happen and makes it a reality.
I wonder what they paid him.
Dude, large.
Couldn't find that.
I couldn't find it anywhere either.
I looked. It'll come out. Guaranteed it's gonna come out. But
shout out to Kanye West. I think
Kanye don't come cheap, man.
No, not a chance. But I think this is like really, really dope. I think he's gonna make stuff that everybody can get their hands on.
I think it's a win-win for both people, like, which kind of rarely happens. Gap needs it 1,000%, and this is like Kanye's. I don't want to say dream job, but when you've been saying this since the early 2000s,
it's such a shitty dream. I want to work.
But Gap. He got exactly what he asked for. You know what I mean? So,
hey man, he's gonna get me shopping at the Gap. Actually, he needs to.
He just became a billionaire before he did it. That's all.
He needs to make sure his clothes don't look like burlap bags anymore, though.
No, I'm telling you.
Some of the stuff he puts out is whack, bro.
That designer he hired, she's fire. So I can't remember her name.
What's her name?
Now. I can't remember. Google
Gap designer.
Kanye hired whatever Gap designer. Yeah.
Nigeria.
She's like a young chick, man. I just hear a lot of positive things about her. So
your boy's gonna be shopping at Gap pretty soon, man. Apparently, she make all of the stuff that I see is all like women's clothes. I see Lil Nas X on here. Did she make like Lil Nas X's stuff?
Not sure.
If so, that ain't what I'm trying to wear.
Whatever. I trust Kanye's judgment.
But you can see me in some Gap assless chaps. Let's go.
Nah. That's like right up your alley. White boy clothes.
Yes, sir, buddy. And, at the lake, Boto's Pit Vipers.
White button down or something.
I'm just trying to get railed, man. These what it is. Wait, white button down? Why the fuck?
Is that what they say?
When have you ever?
Is that what you wear with khakis? Is that what white boys wear with khakis?
Yeah, I guess so. Like like a dress shirt, not a white
button down.
Not a white one. Buddy, khakis. You either go
white,
baby
khakis
blue
and white. I see white boys rock that shit.
It's
all
either
the time.
like if you're going khakis or khaki shorts, then you go like either baby blue or you go pink. That's like preppy douche boy shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I see a lot of khakis and white, bro. Seems to be.
But
the
you're
white
just
boy
jealous
army.
You can't pull it off, bro.
Don't even want to try and pull that off, son.
Buddy, that's the my dad's got money
like,
look.
Dressed like my grandpa, but I'm like 40.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
What you got for me?
I got some
other shit too.
I got some clarity on the basketball here.
Okay, let me hear it. Dude, I'm so fucking excited for sports.
Yo, August 1st, quadruple header on ESPN is ridiculous. Hang on, I just gotta find it here. While I find it, Cam Newton signed a 1-year deal with the Patriots, bro.
Okay, you like or dislike the move?
Oh, I like it because I honestly thought he was gonna be in the Chargers.
We both talked about him going there.
I'm not sold on Tyrod Taylor, but for New England, just I guess Belichick saying we're not mailing it in on the season.
Do you think he starts?
Yeah, they say that he has to battle it out, but with Hoyer and Stidham. But I think it's Cam's job to lose.
I think so too.
So
I think Belichick is a shrewd motherfucker, dude.
$7.5 million they got him for nothing.
It's so cheap, and like it's one of those things where it's so low risk and it's such high upside. Like 4 years ago, he was league MVP.
Yo, look, there's like Mariota's getting more money than him this year. Like I seen the list of quarterbacks that are getting more money than him. I'm just like, and even Richard Sherman came out and he's just like, but okay, here's the flip side. He's coming off injuries.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
I get it. You know what I'm saying?
He's super high risk, but because it's so cheap, it's not high risk anymore. It's super low risk because he's so cheap.
And like, okay, New England. Cam's not the most accurate quarterback. We know this.
No.
So
I'm gonna bring up
with Brady being that much more accurate, he still struggled with the receivers. So I think it's gonna be a little bit of a struggle for Cam.
You know what I'm really excited about? I'm really excited to see Belichick have the opportunity to tailor an offense that isn't built around Tom Brady.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's
he can completely like. There's so much.
Is he
more,
gonna let Cam run?
But that's exactly what I mean, right? Like
sure.
it opens up so many more possibilities on the offense that we've never seen from Belichick. It's always been Belichick Brady, Belichick Brady. And dude, there was a video that got put out. I forget who it was. It might have been Juju. But someone was playing Madden and with the Pats, with Tampa Bay and Brady, and it did he was playing as Tampa Bay, and like coverage broke down, but he had a gap to run, and so Tom Brady went to like head down and run, and dude, this motherfucker ran so slow on Madden, nice. Bro. Like his speed rating was like dead ass like 30, bro. Nice, shitty.
Cam's still only 31 years old, right?
Yeah,
so
man,
he's not that old.
Sorry, not
man.
cheap. He's young-ish.
And like he didn't play much his last year. I think he only played 2 games that season.
Bro, I want to see.
So not a lot of miles.
I'm trying to see the quarterback contracts because I want to see where. Okay. Patrick Mahomes is on a $4 million deal right now. That's wild.
Yeah, that's soon to change to $40 million a year.
Yeah, so you're getting Cam Newton for the same as
Mariota,
Trubisky, Nick Foles, the same as Mariota, cheaper than Mariota, cheaper than Mariota, cheaper than Taysom Hill, cheaper than half the price of Jacoby Brissett, less than 3 times the price of Teddy Bridgewater. Like, dude, it's such a easy play if you're the Patriots.
Well, especially when you only have Stidham and Hoyer. So he made 16 starts in 2018, posted a 6-10 record, completed 66% of his passage for 4,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 14 picks.
Yo, Joe Flacco got traded to the Jets. When did that happen?
Who cares?
Dude,
that guy's done.
Yeah.
He turned that one Super Bowl into $120 million, though, so shout out to him.
100%. Jameis Winston went from starting quarterback to making $1 million. Or is he still on his rookie deal? He might still be on his rookie deal.
He signed with Pittsburgh, right?
No, he signed with the Saints.
Saints.
Is he still on his rookie deal? It's a 1-year contract. Dude, that's
1 year, 3.5 or something, was it?
No, 1 year, 1.1 contract.
Oh, 1.1.
Yeah, man, that's so cheap too. I love picking up like people who used to be really good, or like were thought to be really good for dirt cheap. You know what I mean? Like even just if it's for a 1 year or 2 year deal, just to see if you can get something out of it.
Well,
if you're the Saints, super smart. If you're New England, super fucking smart.
Motivated athlete on a 1 year deal.
Someone
he's gonna want to play killer. So yeah, it's gonna be a win-win, I think. But I still think it's gonna be a little bit of a struggle though for him.
Yeah.
But I thought he would have got signed a while ago, so good to see him signed.
That's what I was just about to say. Was it surprised me that it came out in a report that the only team who actually was like seriously considering him was the Pats. Apparently the Browns had a conversation with him, but there was never any like real.
I'm hearing some chatter on Kaepernick.
Real interest.
All of a sudden, teams got interest in him. Funny how that works.
So who do you think? Who have you heard is actually might?
I don't know teams, but I hear a lot of interest. So I haven't heard any specific team. I said earlier I'd love to see him on the Vikings. I know Seattle had him a couple years ago. They tried him out. Don't know why they never signed him. Like they went with Geno Smith. Like, are you kidding me, bro?
Yeah.
Like no disrespect to Geno, but Colin Kaepernick's way better.
But you're completely disrespecting Geno. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but I don't know why they never did it. I thought it would have been a good look, but
I've kind of like it kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth signing Cap at this point.
He deserves to be. He got robbed.
Oh, I realize that, but if you're Kaepernick, I feel like you can make a lot more money not playing football, and I feel like you are now. It's basically it's a PR move to sign you. It's not because they want you there super bad. It's a PR move. If he hadn't done what he's done and he hadn't become the what's the word I'm looking for? Not encapsulating, but like the public figure that he is now, and he's
the public face of everything.
Yeah, he wouldn't be getting the interest that he's getting.
Well, we know this now.
But that's what I mean. So like, if you're a team who signs them, everyone's gonna be like, "Go fuck yourself." Like, you're literally just doing this to try and save face, or you're doing this just for a PR move. Like, if I was Cap, I'd be like, "Fuck the NFL, I'm done."
I think it just shows like how bad he still wants to do it, and that's what you want to do. Fuck, go for it, bro. You know, do what you gotta do. You only have a couple years left in this game, so if that's what you want to do, all the power to you, man. You got robbed, so go do what you want to do.
It's hard to argue that, and I'm not necessarily arguing it, but I'm just saying that like I think he's become so much more than just a football player. That I'm not saying it's just responsibility to not play football and be the face of the BLM movement that he's become. I feel like it's not his responsibility, but it's kind of being put on him, and it's kind of like, who else is going to do it?
But I don't think he minds. I think he's the perfect person for it.
But this is what I'm saying is, I don't think if you're like, think about it. If he goes pro again, he's not going to be able to have the time. He's not going to be able to do all the things he's doing currently for civil rights.
Football's only 6 months of the year.
Dude, you can't. Dude,
I think he'll be
between
able to do everything.
Training
Look at
camp,
what LeBron's doing, opening schools and all this shit. Like,
but I think the NBA is way more lenient when it comes to their players doing stuff outside of it. Like, I think the NBA.
It's only 16 games. I think Cap can do whatever he wants. I think he's going to do big things.
I agree that he'll do big things in the offseason, but I think what he'll be able to do is become super, super limited. And I think what he's doing with the civil rights movement is way more important than what he could do on the football field.
Yeah, I think he can do both.
Yeah, I disagree.
All the power to you.
But either way, like I said, you can't tell a man what to do, and if that's what he really wants to do, then go for it, right?
Yeah, for sure. Dak signed a franchise tag. You see that?
No, I didn't see that. So what does that give him, 34?
31 million. He's the seventh highest paid.
Jesus.
So it's actually really smart because we talked about revenues going down, so the cap's going to go down.
Yeah.
So now that Dak signs the tag, it triggers 120% salary raise for the next time he signs. So no matter what the cap is, he's getting a raise. So it's actually pretty smart.
So do you think...
Obviously, they couldn't work out a long-term deal,
But do you think that Dak... Do you think if they don't make the playoffs again this year, which, to be honest with you, I don't know if the Cowboys do, I think this is a year... Like, obviously, Zeke was good last year, but I think this is typically the year where you start to see, like, star running backs with the mileage that Zeke has on them start to break down. So I'm worried that the Cowboys might fall apart a little bit this year. This is also coming from a New York Giants fan, so I'm super excited at the fact that Cowboys could shit the bed.
I don't know. It's going to be... Well, here, too, with everything, with all the uncertainty, NFL is not looking like a realistic start here, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I may be wrong, but...
I think the NFL starts up no problem. No fans, obviously, but I think they start right back up.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with everything, but I don't know because of just with all that shit exploding in the States. So I'm just
Wave 2, baby, it's coming for your ass.
Hey?
I said Wave 2's coming for your ass, baby.
Fuck, they're not even out of Wave 1, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. And like you're gonna pay like Matt Ryan's $30 million. If you need a decent quarterback, you're paying $30 million.
Okay, sorry. This is where I want to go.
Don't matter who it is. Jared Goff's $33 million, and he sucks shit.
Yeah, you're right. But sorry, where I was going with that is if he turned down a $35 million a year contract.
I think it was that.
It was something
he
ridiculous.
Wants to be the highest paid.
Yeah, he turned down 35. I think if they don't make the playoffs again, Jerry Jones says go fuck yourself and lets him walk. If he's requesting that kind of money again.
Yeah, I don't know. See, one thing with Jerry Jones is if he likes you, he's fucking loyal. So I will say that about him.
Bro, he offered the man $35 million a year. The only person who makes more is Russell Wilson.
Russell makes 35.
Dude, what are you doing, Dak?
So,
take the fucking contract.
But
that
being said, and I think Jones loves him. So I think they work it out. I really do.
But I think
whenever that is, I don't know. But I think he'll sign a long-term deal.
Do you think that they'd lose because they're obviously like things are going to be a lot tighter this year. They might end up actually like losing money running the NFL this year because there's no fans.
Yeah, what they
but that's what I mean.
$6 billion.
Yeah,
They're gonna lose
if you're operating at a loss of your Jerry Jones, I think you're less likely to like everybody. It's all well and good when you're making money, even if you're losing games. Doesn't matter. You're an owner. You're making money. You're like, fuck it, I'll sign whoever. Right? I like them. But if you're not, and somebody's still like, requesting that amount of money, you'd be like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Cap will go way down though. So I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be fucked up for a lot of people. A lot of people are gonna be losing their jobs, but Dak ain't gonna be one of them.
I hope they absolutely.
I'm not even a big Dak fan.
Neither am I. I think he's overrated as.
Yo, that offense is gonna be so sick this year, though. So fucking sick. I think it's the defense I'm kind of worried about, but I think that offense is gonna be disgusting.
Do you remember Mark Sanchez on the Jets?
Oh yeah,
took him to like an AFC Championship game. All this, right? I think that's Dak.
Oh no, I think Dak's way better than Sanchez.
Dude, yeah, but Sanchez was nasty for those first couple of years. Sanchez was nasty. Nah. AFC Championship game. I remember in high school I had a buddy named Brody.
Yeah, but
Brody was the
Curtis
biggest
Martin, like 30
Jets
times a game.
dick rider, and he was like, Sanchez is the boy, future MVP. Dude,
well, that guy had it wrong, all right.
I'm telling you, that's Dak. That's Dak coming down the pipe right now.
I think Dak's had a 5,000 yard season already. Sanchez never got close to that. They wouldn't allow him to throw that many times, man.
That's true.
There's like a 10 throw limit per game, bro.
Can you imagine leaving the NFL and the biggest thing you're known for is a butt fumble?
Yo,
that's so fucked.
I'll take Mark Sanchez's career in a heartbeat, son.
That's true.
In a heartbeat.
That's true. But that's coming
butt
from
fumble me every Sunday.
Yeah, buddy, I'll butt fumble you right now. Don't fucking tempt me with a good time.
Saying? Like,
you know, you're trying to get
imagine
butt
like
fumbled.
the bitches he got to, bro. Went to USC.
Okay, but I'm talking about
like, that guy's had a solid life,
that's
bro.
Bullshit, bro. I understand coming from you and me. Fuck yeah, I'll take the butt fumble. But coming from another player, like player to player,
dude. I'll take that, man. Yo, I went to University of Southern California, beaches and bitches. Didn't go to school,
buddy,
obviously.
If it's you or me, I'd take a kicker's job. I'd take whoever's job.
I go to New York, one of the best cities in the world, bro, and butt fumble. Sign me up, dog.
I think Miami's the biggest party city in the States. Like if you're a pro athlete.
Yeah, I think for sure.
I think like playing in Miami would be unreal, dude.
And I think the state tax is less too, so you keep more of your money.
I think Texas
more
was like
to spend
that too.
On the Rippers.
Yes, sir.
Love
but like playing for the Dolphins or playing for the Heat. Yep.
It'd be dangerous though, I think, man. The temptation, right?
I genuinely think that's the only reason why Jimmy Butler went to the obviously like Pat Riley, all those guys, but he playing in Miami would be such a gong show.
Man, I think okay, first you got like it's so diverse. Probably got killer food down there. You know the
it's diverse, but the only thing we give a shit about is Latina ass.
Bitch is ridiculous.
But he'd be wild.
You know you're finding good blow. Yeah, no, it's everything for an athlete, man. It's crazy, dude.
Bitches, sure. Blow, everything for an athlete, man.
And beaches.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 Bs. Okay. So, hey, the basketball playoffs.
Okay, yeah, you were going into that. Sorry.
No.
I have something else I want to talk about, too. That's like way out of left field, but.
So, the 22 teams total, right?
Yeah.
13 from the West, 9 from the East. So, they play 8 regular season games to determine the playoff seeding. And then...
Fuck, I always do that. I always put my knee up right in front of the camera. I was sitting right like this, can't see my face.
There's going to be a play-in tournament for the number 8 seed in either conference, but only if the number 9 seed is fewer than 4 games behind in the standings. Otherwise, the 8th seed will be safe in the bracket. So,
in a play, how many games?
In a play-in tournament, the number 8 seed, for the number 8 seed, the current 8 seed would need to defeat the 9th seed once, and the 9th seed would need to defeat the 8th seed 2 games in a row.
Okay.
And then the lottery teams are obviously with the 8 teams that aren't participating, and the 6 that don't make the playoffs in here. So that's going to be your lottery.
What are the odds on the lottery teams? Is it all straight across the board?
I don't know. I think except for your last, you'll have the most odds for first.
Is it still even though the season didn't end?
I can't remember the percentages
didn't
now
end.
For the balls. I can't remember if that changed or not, but I think they've made it where it's not a guarantee like it was before. It's like up in the air now almost.
They're playing how many like quote unquote
prevent tanking and stuff.
Yeah,
like that,
right. They're playing how many quote unquote like regular season games?
They're gonna do 8.
8 was what it was.
Yeah. So and they're doing like training camps. I think 20 days or something. They're doing a 20-day training.
It's July 1st. Sorry, 30th is the start, right?
July 30th is the start, yeah. And what else? A bunch of other shit got released here too. So a lot of the guys who are in the last year of the contract, Bam Adebayo, Kyle Kuzma, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, they're looking for some kind of insurance in case they get hurt, right? Last
makes
year
sense.
the deal, they want to get paid if they get hurt in this bogus ass shit.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I think that the NBA is so good this way. So the NBA is like, you know what, you guys are right. Boom, they got him insurance policy. I don't know exact figure. It says several $1 million in coverage.
Fuck yeah.
For these guys.
Good on the NBA.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Do you think
also they're letting players, if you don't want to come back, you don't have to come back, which is cool. Now, some of the amenities, you're going to have a players-only lounge, TVs, gamings, all that kind of stuff, barbers.
Pause for a second.
Yeah.
Just because we talked about Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
He's last year's contract. Do you think he stays?
Because
obviously they're going to offer it to him. But do you think he stays or do you think he goes?
Yeah, I think he's a good fit for Utah.
Obviously they'll want to keep him, but I think he has the.
I think he fits that city though. It's perfect. I think it's a perfect match for him.
I think he has options. Like I think he could go to the Heat.
Oh, a lot of players would want him.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of
teams would want him. So.
I could actually see him like leaving depending on how this run goes.
I don't know. I know him and Gobert with all those Corona things not getting along.
That's what I mean, right? Like,
but I don't know. I think Utah can offer more than any other team. That plays a huge role in it. They can offer more years and way more money. So that's the incentive for keeping your free agents. But, some guys don't want the money, and they're like, no, I'm out of here. So I just think, honestly, for him in that city, not a lot of guys that kind of thrive in Utah. Stockton Malone did. I think he could.
Because I think there's a couple places he could go. Because obviously the big free agent is Giannis in 2021, right? And so everybody's kind of gearing up to make a run for him.
These Supermax contracts are going to take a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like Giannis is supposed to get $250.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll get
that. It's not going to be $250 anymore.
But do you think, so this is my train of thought though with Donovan Mitchell, is because everyone's gearing up for Giannis and like that's a big fish, I think, actually you might be right now that I'm sitting here like thinking over. I think I'm convinced myself out of it. I think because he's in Utah and Utah knows they're not going to get Giannis, they can offer him like a crazy Supermax.
Yeah, like
yeah, you might be right now that I actually sit here and think
not a lot of free agents are going to go pick Utah.
No, because
either,
like Miami's going to want to try and get Giannis, Golden State's going to want to try and get Giannis, Toronto's going to want to try and get Giannis, so they're not going to offer Donovan Mitchell a big contract.
Masai has the inside track to Giannis.
I know he does, dude. It's exciting.
Giannis on the Raptors?
I don't think he comes though.
I don't know. I'm not putting it out of the realm of possibilities. That's for sure.
I think he either
that connection runs deep.
I think he either goes Golden State or he goes Miami.
Yeah, I guess everyone's gonna clear money for him, but
it's either he stays in Milwaukee, Golden State, or Miami. I think those are my three.
You know what? Honestly, I think it'd be so dope if he went on the Knicks.
The Knicks are such a shit show.
And I would never play for Dolan, but
and Giannis is one of those guys who would actually like give a fuck about the.
But to accept the challenge though, and be like, you know what, I'm gonna bring a championship to New York. That'd be pretty nutty.
Did Masai sign a multi-year deal with Toronto or no? Because remember he was thinking about leaving. There's rumors about him.
Yeah, there was rumors, but he said that he didn't want to go anywhere. His kids were raised here.
Okay.
They go to school here. And like, okay, they all say that though, right? You know what I'm
Masai
saying?
and Giannis go to the Knicks.
So I think Masai likes it here. To be honest, I think we're lucky to have him.
We thought that about Kawhi too, though. But I'm also a little bit of a Raptors hater.
I'm fine with Kawhi being gone. You got us that chip. Go home. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I'm never mad at that.
Did you see that KD said that if he was healthy, he'd be sitting out? He wouldn't be playing.
No, he said he would be playing.
No. I literally read it like today.
Oh, did he? Oh,
he said that. He said that even if he was healthy, he wouldn't. He probably wouldn't come back.
Cool. I don't blame you. There's a list of players that aren't going now, all for different reasons. So some of them for the Rona, but some of them like there's Davis Bertans from the Washington Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
So he's entering free agency and he has 2 ACL injuries. So he ain't risking nothing.
No, dude.
And that guy is like sick 3-point shooter. He'll get paid. So I can see why he's not going. Trevor Ariza's not going, but he's in a custody battle with his son. He wants to spend the time with his kid. You know what I mean? So totally get it.
So obviously he thinks he's losing.
A lot of people ain't going. DeMarcus Cousins, no. Avery Bradley dropped out, but they're signing J.R. Smith now.
I've seen that. Yeah.
I also Willie Cauley-Stein not going. So Wilson Chandler, and also I seen too Spencer Dinwiddie from the Nets. He's not going, I don't think either.
I don't think if you genuinely don't think your team has a realistic shot of winning the chip, why would you go?
Yeah. Well, I even hear like a lot of the teams that weren't invited, they want to have. They want to have a chance at a second site and play those teams that weren't invited. Like these guys just want to play them here, even though they're not in the running. They just want to play.
Really?
Yeah. So I didn't know that, but yeah, I don't think it happens, to be honest.
I think that's stupid. Why would you risk injury, man? If you're a player, like, what are you doing?
Like, I don't think Steph would go there and play.
No, right? So like for me, it's like obviously Lakes, Clips, Bucks, Raptors, Utah, Denver. Who else are the East? Celtics, Sixers, Pacers. If you're not one of those, 8, 9, 10 teams, there's a very like good argument for not playing.
Also, if you're not playing, you're not getting paid either, though. I think, right? So,
but if you're fucking on the Brooklyn Nets, you're gonna gear up, go through training camp, risk injury, play hard for 4 games because you know you're getting swept.
Maybe some guys.
You know what I mean, right? Like,
you know what I mean?
Dude, if KD's not in,
like the 12th guy or 14th guy on the bench or whatever.
If you're that, make a name for yourself. That makes sense. That makes sense.
But I don't know. That's what I've been hearing though. A lot of the people that aren't invited said they would do it, but I don't think it's gonna happen though. I think it's still sketchy anyways. Like, you're playing in a place that's like and they're letting. I think they're letting players go to the restaurants and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like, how many people are really going to be going out now that the Florida is just like running rampant with the Rona? I think it was like 7,000 cases yesterday. Like, it's been like that
many?
every day. It's been a new record every single day.
But don't you think that's just because they're testing more?
No.
I do.
Like, they've made it mandated now that you have to wear a mask. We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
And that's like a big thing because, they're like anti-mask. But I don't know. This is what happens when you don't take it seriously, though. Texas, Arizona, they're all like super bad shape.
Texas does not give a fuck.
No, well, they will.
They'll just like bring it on.
What I mean?
Adhering to liberal cooks.
Also, you can. They're allowing people to reserve up to 17 rooms for guests of players.
These guys are taking up entire hotels.
Yeah, so like they're doing this quarantining, but it's like
they're flying in their family from all over the country.
Few days. Like if they invite people, they have to quarantine for 4 days, and then they're good to go.
I'm assuming everybody's getting tested, though.
Every day, yeah.
Yeah, right?
So each team has access to a culinary team, create individualized team menus, diets, all that. 3 meals a day and 4 meals a day on game day.
Makes sense.
Also, daily movie screenings, DJ sets.
Yep.
Video games, all that kind of shit. It says outdoor concerts and live comedy, but I don't know if that's going to be an option now with everything.
Buddy, that sounds like prison.
That was like a couple weeks ago. This was saying so.
Comics do like charity shows like for prisons. It sounds exactly like that, dude.
Yo, I'll take that NBA check. It's probably pretty fat, man. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Yeah, and they all get grouped by hotel too. So I don't know. I'm itching for it to get started.
They're going to be sneaking in hookers. They're going to be doing all sorts of wild shit. It's Miami.
Not Miami.
It's Florida.
I wouldn't be inviting my family there.
Neither would I.
I would just go do what I got to do and go home.
But also, it's a distraction too, right? Like, if you're in serious contention, like, I ain't bringing my family.
Well, if I, like, say, brought my kids, I'd probably be worrying about my kids, though.
More than anything.
My mind wouldn't be, like, 1,000% on it, I think.
Because part of the Rona is, like, it thrives in hot weather, right? Like, as soon as it gets cold, it doesn't do as well, apparently.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or sorry, no, maybe it's the opposite. I don't remember. But I'm not here to spit facts.
Florida is like through the roof, so it
must be that it does better in the hot weather.
Maybe, I don't know.
But I thought, now that I'm thinking about it, I remember Rogan saying that sunshine killed it. I don't know. We don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just want this shit to start.
Did you see that I know I really don't give a fuck about baseball. Still don't really give a fuck about baseball. But do you see that they have a super shortened season?
Yeah,
that got announced?
60 games they're doing.
This, I think, is actually dope for baseball because now every single game matters, which was the big knock on baseball before, is that there were so many games, and so many games have zero effect on a team's playoff seeding, everything.
At the end of the year, when you're like missed the playoffs by 2 games, you realize that the early games do matter.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you weren't fucking around in the beginning of the season, you wouldn't have been 2 games behind. So it's like, it doesn't technically mean anything because it's not August, September when the pennant race is going. But if you don't do your job early, you're not even going to be in the race in the end.
But
That's the argument.
But don't you think it's such a watered down product because there's so many games? Like, I heard someone saying that like this.
Oh, I get the argument.
This will be such a better season because each game does matter more. All the star players will be pitching more. Sorry, not pitching, but just playing more, right? Like you won't have people sitting out for week at a time, not rehabbing, but like resting an arm for later in the season or in the playoffs when you need it.
Baseball,
right?
They don't really do that though. Baseball doesn't have like load management, even though they play 164 games. Their guys don't take time off like that.
Okay, but does Justin Verlander? So say they're playing 6 games or 5 games in a week. Justin
Pitchers
Verlander
play every 5 games. They pitch every 5 games.
Okay, but don't you think because like obviously they do that in the regular season, but during the playoffs it's different. Pitchers will play every 3 games
as
right?
needed. Yeah.
Exactly. So don't you think there'll be more of that this season because of it? I think because it's so short, it matters.
No, you're fucked. You can see pitchers are like routine, so you can't constantly do that to them. You're gonna fuck them up. There's just too much damage doing it that way. That's why they only do it in like the playoffs or the World Series. So yeah, that shit you can't do that all the time like that. They're like super routine based. Every 5th day is like clockwork.
So you think it'll still be every 5th game?
Hey,
even with the shortened season.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
yeah,
Verlander is also then only so if it's every 5 games, he's only playing.
If pitchers in a regular year get around 35 starts, roughly 30 to 35 starts
in a regular year
in 164 games.
So
I don't know what this works down to.
What is it? 60 divided by 5. They're only going to get 12 starts.
Is that right? Yeah.
12, which to me I'm like, okay, why not, play Justin Verlander, 15 to 20 times to give you a better shot at getting into the playoffs with a good seeding. No,
because it all depends too. When does next season start for baseball?
I have no clue. I don't know when
that would factor into that too. I think though, but if I had to take a guess, I think it's just going to be status quo, everything normal.
Do you think the NBA pushes back next season and makes it normal from here on out?
What do you mean? Makes what normal?
So if I'm the NBA with this whole COVID thing, and because you have a late start and the playoffs are obviously starting super late and they're going to end super late. Like I think the playoffs are going to end in like October or something. Yeah. If I'm the NBA, playoffs end in October. The players get October, November, December off, and you start Christmas Day. And then from here on out, you start Christmas Day.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Is that what they're going to do?
That's how it's going to be, yeah.
That's so much better because they're now, like, there's a stretch where, like, in the summer where the only thing that's on is baseball, and now basketball is going to tap into that.
Yeah, dope.
Like, dude, they're going to make a killing off of it.
There's never anything watched in summer.
No. And if basketball shifts their entire season like this, like that's so smart.
No, that's what the talk is. They're doing
so
that
smart if they do that.
So yeah, no, that'd be super dope.
Plus, you don't have to compete with the NFL, which is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
You start off with the Christmas bonanza, which is super, super watched like around the world. I think it's a smart move.
Yeah, that's the best part of Christmas right there. Is those 5 games 5 games in a row.
Any other sports news? That was all I had for sports news.
For sports, I don't think so, man.
That's it. It's pretty much just UFC been popping off.
Yeah, great UFC though.
Bruh. Okay, so if we got no sports shit, I got something.
Yeah, talk about it.
I want to start doing like every single week having some sort of like theory just to fucking go off on just because I think it'd be funny. Okay. And because we always talk about like children dying and people getting raped and all this fucked up shit. I think we gotta try and bring some more positivity into the podcast. I was thinking about it. So I'm like every single week I want to have like just a fucking dumb theory.
Sounds good. So what's the theory then gonna be? Do you have one ready to go?
I think so. My theory this week is I was hanging out with my buddy Noah, right? And they got a golden retriever about like 6 months ago. Nice. Name's Kevin, the cutest fucking dog you ever see.
Kevin?
No, Kevin.
Okay.
And he's cute as fuck, but he's an idiot. So imagine like being at the dog park and he's just like running off, right? You're screaming, Kevin! Hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious, dude. And he tore apart their house. When I say tore apart, I mean like they had to get a whole new couch. They had to replace their baseboards. They had to put like tin foil, like tin metal up on like one of their support pillars because he was chewing into it so much. Dude's a cunt. Absolute cunt.
Shout out Kevin.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the big reasons I think he's a cunt is because he's purebred.
Why? What's wrong with purebreds? I thought that was the shit to get.
Yeah, but there's the thing is they're the shit to get. But think about it.
Oh, here's theory time.
Pardon, there's theory time.
Okay.
Purebred is really just inbreeding. It's incest. It's mating brother and sister, it's mating cousin, mating dads with daughters, right? Think about it. If you're human and you fuck your sister, your kid's going to be one-eyed, a cyclops, right? You're basically doing the same thing with dogs.
Those bloodlines are pure, though, son.
Don't matter when everyone's autistic, dude.
Those bloodlines are good, son.
I think purebred dogs are the stupidest fucking thing in the world because you are getting dumb-ass dogs, purposely getting retarded dogs, and they are worth so much more than just getting a mutt.
And do we really know they're purebred? Do we?
No, dude.
It's like organic.
No, dude. It's all bullshit.
We don't know this shit's organic, and we don't know if it's fucking purebred. Get the
No,
fuck
not
out of
at
here,
all,
man.
right? Like,
Why? Because they gave you this paper to tell you? Of
Course they're going to purebred. We've been
paper.
breeding dogs for 200 years, me and my family.
Purebred. It says so on the paper.
Fuck up, dude.
Yeah, because you wrote it,
You probably
motherfucker.
rescued this dog from the pound,
So-
and now you're offering it for $5,000.
I'm not. Purebred means way more money. That's what
Yes,
I
that's all it means.
Yeah.
And
So-
and even if it is true that they actually are purebred, why are you trying to buy a retarded dog for $5,000? That makes no sense to me.
My dog, my Dobie was 500.
Was he purebred?
Nah.
Was he a good dog?
She was, yeah, a lot of medical issues though, unfortunately.
But isn't that normal?
Cancer twice.
He cancer twice.
Yeah, fuck, paid like $7,000 for the surgery the first time. And then second time, it was like, you know, at the age, you got to factor it in. It's just like, I was like being selfish. Because I just wanted the dog around, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah,
like
of course.
throwing up every day, but I was like, I'd clean it up, no problem, you know?
Quality of life. You
It's
gotta
just
think
like,
about.
yeah, I can't do that, right?
Fuck,
So,
dude.
um,
That'll make you sad, man. Like when you actually got to get rid of your dog.
and
Like,
then this little fucker was like 800 or so. The white one was $2,000.
Pomeranians are more expensive though.
White one was
he's
$2,000.
Pom, right?
Yeah.
Little
White
cunt.
was $2,000 they wanted for the white ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he purebred?
I don't know, but when we went there, so it was like,
Did you get it off a breeder?
yeah, it was like
You piece of shit, dude. You're an
It
asshole.
was in town here.
You're a
And,
fucking asshole. You know that?
Well, whatever.
All
man.
liberal white
Fine.
women, all these fat white women are calling you a piece of shit right now.
Do we have any that's listening right now?
True.
So, so we get there and this guy's like in the back by himself, right? I'm just like, oh, we felt bad, right?
You're just piping dogs.
But
Oh, you mean your dog?
our dog.
I thought you meant the buddy. Okay,
No.
okay.
So we're just like, well, why is this guy in the back, right? We're like feeling all bad and shit.
Yeah.
But now I know why he was in the back.
We
So-
don't shut
Oh,
the
man.
fuck up.
It's like, oh, this is why she had you in the back.
Dude, your dog.
I love him, but wow, test my patience.
Holy shite, he does not shut up. Super friendly though.
Oh yeah,
But,
he's
like,
great.
dude.
Yo, like even like my friends, like Kay, have known him all his life. Just fucking.
But he goes
attacking
off
him.
on you.
Yeah.
You come out of a room and he barks at
It's
you.
fucking crazy, man.
It's hilarious.
Like I said, love him to death though. But yeah,
If I was gonna get a
probably
dog,
got like another 15 years with him too. Let's be real.
oh, dude, those things last forever. They
Yeah,
just
man.
truck and truck and truck. If I was gonna get a dog, I'd either get a Frenchie or a mini Australian Shepherd.
It's a Frenchie. A
French bulldog?
Oh yeah.
You know the one
yeah.
that Rock has?
Yeah.
Dude, those dogs are so cute.
Nice. I definitely want to get another big dog. I just don't know what.
Big dogs are so much work.
Yeah,
Like,
but like
so
I'd
much
love to
work,
take
man.
it running with me, bro. That'd be so dope.
That's what I was thinking, because like mini Australian Shepherds.
And like I want it like as a guard dog, like
Oh, okay, yeah.
like not like vicious, but like you know, like I want like a protector dog. I don't. What the fuck is this guy gonna do?
Yeah, I was gonna say, buddy.
Probably annoy the fuck- annoy the fuck out
Achilles
of him,
stopping
yeah.
people for sure, dude.
Just barking. And he's like, all right, fuck this. Turns around and leaves. Maybe that's the play right.
That's the one play area where I think a big dog would be cool is running. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Because like I used to mountain bike too, and like there'd be guys who have trail dogs and would literally like run them down the hill.
Dope.
And like we tried to do that with Castro one time.
no go.
Dude, he was good. He did one run because we'd shuttle, right? So you'd like drive up, put all the bikes on the back, like on a rack.
Nice.
Drive up to the top of the hill, drop you off. You ride down. Car comes, picks you up. You just take turns driving, right?
Oh, dope.
So it's
dope.
like a ski run basically,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
sick.
yeah. Nice one.
And so we brought Castro up with us. And for those who don't know, he's he's half mini Australian Shepherd, half Bichon. He's like 25 pounds.
Half Dijon, son?
Bichon. Yeah, but he's half mustard, just yellow.
Nice.
We bring him up to the top of the hill, and we're like, all right, buddy, let's go. And he's loving it, right?
Okay.
We do one run down, and he's like cooking. He's right beside us. He's full clip, right? Do one run. He's all fired up. We get up to the top of the hill, get outside the car again, and he's itching to get out. Do another run down the hill. About halfway down the hill, we stop, and he is nowhere to be seen. We're like, oh no, right? And so we like wait for 30 seconds. I'm like, oh fuck, okay. So I get off my bike and start hiking back out the trail, and he comes trotting down. And he's clearly just like haggard, right? We're We're like, all right, bro. At least you're here.
Tops out.
Yeah, and so we get down the rest of the hill, same thing, right at the bottom. And we get load up the bikes, drive up to the top of the gang. We pull the bikes off. We're like, all right, Castro. And that fucker would not get out of the car. He's like, go fuck yourself, you piece of work. I ain't ever doing that again.
Back. Oh, well, it's good for him.
But having a trail dog who actually just does that run after run would be so much fun.
Yeah, man, I think we'd be dope. But I like big dogs, so.
I can't handle the amount of work that goes into it, though.
Yeah, it is a lot of work.
Especially when you're walking them and you have to pick up a handful, a literal handful of shit.
Mm-hmm. Who's the master now? Right?
Yeah, right? Like, you're looking like a simp out here, bro. But I can deal with little pebbles. I can't deal with a human shit. I can't pick up human shit, man.
No, I hear you.
And a big dog is too close.
You gotta get that shovel out, son. You know what I'm saying?
But you ain't taking that running, though. Or are you just leaving it on neighbors' lawns?
No. Go hiking and let it do it in the bush.
Yeah, but if you're going for a run,
let someone else run in it. No, I wouldn't be that guy.
Yeah, you would. Shut the fuck up.
Nah.
Just shit on the ground.
No, I would pick it up, bro.
You ever taken a shit anywhere? Like not in a toilet?
Nah. Like I've had buddies like shit in like my buddy's like little forest that he has, like wiping his ass with the leaves and shit. I don't do that shit, son.
You never been in like a situation where you've needed to?
Nah, never been in a situation. Oh, my buddy driving on the number 1, son. We were coming back. I can't remember. It was like a festival we were at. We're coming back and he had to shit, and my other buddy was making him laugh so bad. He's like crying and he's like begging him to stop. And man, fucking guy shit everywhere.
In the car?
Like, yeah, well, he shit in his drawers.
How the fuck did you guys not pull over, bro?
He got out of the car. He pulled over, got out of the car, ditched everything, threw it, like all his clothes, came back, got him a towel, fucking cleaned up, and he fucking, thank God I wasn't in his car. And he just fucking rode home just like that, bro. So, but I've never been in that kind of situation, man.
Yeah, you are not getting back in my car, bro. So, you shit your pants in my car?
Disgusting, man. You ever been in that situation?
I've been like my stomach, right? I'm in that situation every day. Every day I gotta plan shit out, dude. Okay, I was thinking about this the other day.
Oh shit.
That sucks, bro. There's never a time where I don't feel like I have to shit. I always feel like I have to shit, but I have never shat my pants.
Okay, hey, well, good.
I've definitely sharted a couple times, dude. There was one time that reminds me. There was one time it wasn't even about me. It was working with my buddy Jamie. We used to work at a bike shop, right? And all of a sudden, like I'm just like working, dealing with a customer. Then all of a sudden, Jamie just goes like cooking by me into the bathroom, like full sprint. And this is like in the middle of a shift. There's customers everywhere. This, that, the other, right? And he's in there for like 20 minutes, dude. And I'm like, oh, something went down. And he walks out just like head in shame, garbage bag in hand. And he
oh, man.
And he walks up back, hucks it, and just does not say anything to anyone.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Me and my manager, Evan, like knew exactly what was going on. We were just crying, like customers right there. We're just crying, laughing over the whole thing. He comes to me, he's like, dude, I thought I had to fart. That was it.
Oh, man.
Fucking game over. Dope. I don't think I've ever...
Yeah, thankfully, no for me. Fuck, thank God.
I can't even think. I always can make it to a bathroom. Like, even if I'm driving, I can make it to a rest stop. I've never had to, like, shit on the side of the road or anything.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Like, I feel like if you're... Like, I feel like you're less of a man if you can't... If you like, oh yeah, I shit myself, like that happens to you regularly, or you've done it a couple times, I don't really consider you a man, bro.
What podcast was I listening to that they were saying they shit their pants a couple times? I can't remember.
Rogan shit his pants a couple times. Brian Callen's talked about it a bunch of times.
Maybe it was him. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, don't relate to that.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, man. Thankfully.
Everybody, you had anything?
Well, now I'm jinxed though.
You got anything else? Because we're at like an hour 15 already.
Let's kill it.
Yeah, end on some shit stories. I like it.
Yes, son. Where can they find us?
Follow us on Instagram, YouTube. I keep forgetting to put us up on TikTok. I gotta put us up on TikTok. Fuck, you know Noah? Well, they're one of their clips. They're talking about Mike Tyson. They're at like 10K views. It went like kind of like a little bit viral. Yeah, dude.
Good for them. No,
yeah,
shout
100%.
out you guys. Right on. Congratulations, guys.
And so, yeah, shout out if you guys haven't.
Get our shit up on there, man. The fuck you waiting for, man? No, I was kidding.
So you fucking do it, bro. You get on there and start editing shit.
Yo, show me how to do it. I don't know how to do it.
I should actually show you how to do it. Shout out Cloud of Judgment. They're a fellow buddies podcast. I actually think I'm going on next week just for shits and gigs. But yeah, follow us, Highly Unlikely Pod, on YouTube, Instagram. Subscribe to whatever you're listening. Appreciate it. Love all of you guys. I'll see you next week.
Ciao.